Welcome to Rise and Conquer US UK, your daily source of unstoppable motivation. Here we build discipline, courage, and focus so you can rise higher and conquer your dreams. There comes a moment in every journey when you stop asking, "Can I?" and start saying, "I will." That's the moment you become limitless. Limitless doesn't mean you never fail. Limitless means no matter how many times you fall, you rise again, wiser, stronger, sharper. Limitless doesn't mean you don't feel fear. Limitless means you no longer let fear decide for you. It's not about how many times life breaks you, it's about how many times you rebuild yourself. Because strength is not found in avoiding struggle, strength is found in walking through it with faith. The truth is, every person has the potential to be limitless. But most never see it, not because they can't, but because they stop believing they can. They let the world tell them who they are. They let failure define them. They let fear cage them. But what they don't realize is the limits they see are illusions. They don't exist outside, they exist inside. The mind creates boundaries, and the moment you decide to break them, your entire world expands. Because when your vision becomes stronger than your fear, your growth becomes unstoppable. You must have a vision, a clear image of the life you want, the person you want to become, the impact you want to make. Without vision, you move through life reacting instead of creating. Without vision, you live small because you can't see how big you can be. Vision gives your pain a purpose. Vision gives your struggle direction. Vision turns every setback into a step forward. So take a moment and ask yourself, what do I see when I close my eyes? Who am I becoming? Don't just wish for success, see it. Don't just hope for strength, feel it. Don't just dream of greatness, visualize yourself living it. Because the mind moves toward what it sees most clearly. And once your vision becomes real in your mind, the universe starts aligning to make it real in your life. But vision without faith is empty. You can see your dream, you can imagine your future, but without belief, you'll never take the first step. Faith is what keeps you moving when logic says it's impossible. Faith is what whispers, "Keep going," when everything screams, "Stop." Faith is what reminds you that storms don't last forever, and that pain always produces strength. You don't need to see the whole path, just the next step. You don't need to have all the answers, just the courage to begin. Faith is walking into the unknown with the confidence that something greater walks beside you. And when you combine faith with vision, that's when miracles happen. But faith alone isn't enough. You must move. You must act. You must turn belief into behavior. Because nothing changes until you do. The universe rewards movement. Life rewards effort. God rewards action. Action is proof that you believe in yourself. Every time you show up, even when it's hard, you're telling the universe, "I am ready." Every time you stay disciplined when no one's watching, you're proving your worth to yourself. Every time you take a step toward your dream, you shrink your fear and grow your faith. Don't wait for perfect conditions, there are none. Don't wait for motivation, it fades. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Because the truth is, the people who change their lives are not the ones who wait for inspiration. They are the ones who take action despite uncertainty. The road to becoming limitless is not paved with ease. It's paved with struggle, sacrifice, and consistency. You'll face doubts not once, but again and again. You'll question your worth, your strength, your timing. But remember this, the mind that questions is the same mind that can decide to keep going. Your thoughts don't control you, your choices do. When you feel weak, choose persistence. When you feel lost, choose focus. When you feel afraid, choose courage. Every choice you make either builds your limits or breaks them. You are not what happened to you, you are what you decide to become. You are not your mistakes, you are your lessons. You are not your fears, you are your faith. The reason you've survived every hardship so far is because something inside you refused to die. Something inside you, a spark, has always believed there's more. That spark is your true self, your limitless self. It's the voice that whispers, "Keep going," when everything hurts. It's the light that guides you when you can't see the path. It's the energy that rises every time you fall. Feed that voice. Fuel that fire. Follow that light. Because that's where your power lives. You don't need to know how everything will work out. You just need to know why you're doing it. Purpose gives power to faith. When your why is strong, your how becomes clear. When your purpose is real, your pain becomes fuel. When your reason is bigger than your excuses, nothing can stop you. Most people stop because they forget why they started. Don't be one of them. Remember why you began this journey. Remember the fire that made you dream in the first place. That fire still lives inside you. It may flicker, but it will never die unless you stop feeding it. There is no limit to what you can achieve except the limits you place on your belief. If you believe you're not enough, you'll act small. If you believe you're capable, you'll take the leap. Belief is not about arrogance, it's about alignment. It's about saying, I was created for more, and I'm ready to prove it. You don't have to shout, you don't have to show off. Your actions will speak louder than any words. Your consistency will prove what you believe. So let them doubt you, let them question you, because one day they'll look back and realize you weren't lucky, you were disciplined, you weren't gifted, you were relentless. That's the difference between those who dream and those who rise. The world doesn't need another person who just wishes. The world needs people who build, people who believe when no one else does, people who move even when it's hard, people who refuse to let fear write their story. Be one of them. Be the example. Be the reason someone else decides not to give up. Because your growth doesn't just change your life, it inspires others to change theirs. You are not small. You are not weak. You are not ordinary. You are powerful beyond measure. And when your faith, vision, and action align, you become unstoppable. You become limitless. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now. Stop doubting. Stop waiting. Stop shrinking. You've been through enough to know your strength. You've survived enough to trust your power. You've learned enough to take the next step. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to rise. Now is the time to conquer. Because the world doesn't change when you talk about your dreams. It changes when you chase them relentlessly. So rise with vision, move with faith, act with purpose, and become what you were always meant to be. Limitless. Rise and conquer. Most people wait for the right moment. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect confidence. And in that waiting, they waste years of their life. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. You don't need to have everything figured out to start moving. You don't need to see the full staircase to take the first step. You don't need certainty, you need courage. Faith isn't built by waiting, it's built by walking. Every step you take in uncertainty strengthens your spirit. Every risk you take out of belief sharpens your focus. Every small act of courage expands your confidence. If you want to live limitlessly, you have to stop waiting for life to make sense and start moving with purpose even when it doesn't. You see, belief without motion is empty. Faith without effort is wasted. Dreams without discipline die. You can pray, you can plan, you can visualize, but nothing changes until you take action. The world doesn't reward intentions. It rewards movement. Action is the language of belief. When you move, the universe responds. When you commit, life opens doors that once looked locked. You can think your way into fear, but you can only act your way into confidence. Because confidence is not a gift, it's a result of repetition, of showing up, of refusing to stop even when you're scared. The greatest secret to success isn't talent, it's consistency. The difference between dreamers and doers is discipline. Dreamers think about what they want. Doers build what they want, brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. You don't become limitless overnight. You become limitless through repetition, through small daily victories that compound into greatness. So stop chasing intensity. Start chasing consistency. It's not about how hard you work once, it's about how long you can keep showing up. Because the truth is, the world is full of people who start strong, but only a few finish. And the ones who finish because they never stop showing up. That's how you become unstoppable, through quiet, relentless effort that no one sees but everyone feels. Faith in motion means trusting the process even when the results are slow. It means showing up every day even when progress is invisible. It means believing that small steps still move you forward. Because success doesn't come to those who move fast, it comes to those who don't stop. Every single day you act with purpose, you're building momentum. Every day you move with faith, you're rewriting your future. You don't need to sprint, you just need to stay in motion. Even the smallest steps taken daily lead to massive change. Remember, drops of water carve mountains not through power, but through persistence. You don't have to crush it every day. You just have to keep going. There's a difference between speed and direction. Moving fast doesn't mean moving forward. Sometimes slowing down helps you move with intention. Faith in motion isn't about rushing. It's about trusting that the right opportunities will meet you when you keep walking. The universe doesn't give success to those who want it. It gives it to those who prove they're ready for it. And readiness is proven through discipline. Your habits define your limits. Build habits that stretch you, that challenge you, that move you toward your vision. Because every habit is a vote for the person you're becoming. You want to become limitless. Start building habits that your future self will thank you for. Faith in motion also means letting go. Letting go of control, letting go of doubt, letting go of outcomes. You can't hold fear and faith in the same heart. One will always silence the other. When you trust your path, you stop forcing results and start flowing with purpose. You stop worrying about when it will happen and start focusing on who you are becoming while it happens. Because sometimes the delay is divine. Sometimes the waiting is part of the preparation. Sometimes the setback is the setup for your biggest leap forward. Faith means believing that even the detours lead you home. There will be moments when life tests that belief. When everything you've worked for feels distant. When the people you trusted walk away. When your effort feels unseen. But that's not the end, that's the refining fire. Gold doesn't fear the flame, it knows the fire makes it pure. And you too are being refined by the fire of struggle. Every trial is strengthening your core. Every challenge is chiseling your focus. Every heartbreak is deepening your wisdom. So don't run from the fire, let it forge you. Because every scar will one day tell the story of how you rose again. Living limitlessly doesn't mean living without pain. It means learning to use pain as fuel. When it hurts, work harder. When it's dark, shine brighter. When it's lonely, dig deeper. Every time you choose to keep going, you're building a version of yourself that fear can't touch. You will not always be motivated, but you can always be disciplined. You will not always be strong, but you can always be courageous. You will not always win, but you can always try again. That's what separates the extraordinary from the average. Not talent, not luck, not timing, but the relentless will to keep moving. The world belongs to those who act with faith. The dreamers who became doers. The believers who turned vision into motion. The ones who didn't wait for a sign, they became the sign. You are one of them. Because deep down, you already know you're not meant to live small. You are built to create, to lead, to rise, to inspire, and the world is waiting for your light. Don't dim it because others can't handle the brightness. Shine anyway. Move anyway. Believe anyway. Because once you start walking with faith, your steps create paths for others. Your legacy won't be built by how much you dreamed. It will be built by how much you dared to do. So keep moving, keep believing, keep acting. Faith is not a feeling, it's a commitment. Vision is not a fantasy, it's a direction. Action is not optional, it's the bridge between your dreams and your destiny. You are limitless, not because life is easy, but because you refuse to stop growing, stop believing, stop trying. No excuses, no waiting, no fear. This is your time. Move with faith, walk with vision, act with courage. Because the moment you live like you're limitless, you are rise and conquer. When you started this journey, you were not the same person you are now. Back then, you were searching for direction. You were trying to find a meaning. You were questioning if you were enough, if you had what it takes, if your dreams were possible. And here you are still standing after everything you've faced, every challenge you've endured, every doubt you've overcome, you're still here. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's faith. That's growth. You've fallen. You've stumbled. You've cried, but you never gave up. You may not realize it, but you've already become someone stronger, wiser, more focused. You've already begun to live without limits. Limitless doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you've learned to walk with it and still move forward. It doesn't mean you never fail. It means failure no longer defines you. It doesn't mean life is easy. It means you've stopped waiting for easy. You've chosen growth. You've chosen discipline. You've chosen purpose. And that choice repeated every day has changed you. You are no longer driven by comfort, you are led by vision. You are no longer seeking approval, you are guided by faith. You are no longer trapped by limits, you are powered by belief. This is what it means to rise and conquer. You've learned that success is not about talent, it's about endurance. It's not about speed, it's about direction. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Every small step you've taken has built momentum. Every quiet victory has strengthened your foundation. Every storm you've survived has given you wisdom. The world may not have seen it, but you have been building something powerful inside you. The mindset of a conqueror, the heart of a fighter, the soul of a believer. And now, nothing can stop you. As you walk into tomorrow, remember this. You don't need permission to dream. You don't need validation to begin. You don't need certainty to move. Everything you need is already inside you. Faith, focus, and fire. You were born to rise above fear. You were built to create something meaningful. You were destined to live a life that inspires others to believe. The world doesn't need another follower, it needs leaders. Leaders who rise through pain, who move through doubt, who build through struggle. Leaders who show others that there is power in persistence, peace in patience, and strength in faith. You are that leader. Your journey doesn't end here, it begins here, because every ending is a new beginning. Every finish line is just the start of another race. This was your daily dose of motivation from Rise and Conquer US UK. Remember, your time is now. Stand tall, stay disciplined, and rise and conquer. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for tomorrow's motivation.